going by?
I'll just go inside.
And we're live. Welcome to Small Town Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Ben. Randy is here.
Hello.
We're coming to you live from the Drama City Production Studios, downtown Evanston, Wyoming. And our guests for today are from the metalcore band Hollywood Nightmare from LA, California. We've got Luke and Scott.
How's it going?
How's it going? Now, usually I do more research on people, but it was kind of a last minute thing, and you guys jumped on to save the day. And so I have listened to quite a few of your songs throughout the day, YouTube and stuff, but I didn't really do too much background. So we'll just get to know you guys during the show, I suppose.
Awesome. Sounds good.
How did you guys all get together? How did it all begin?
Well, it all begins when I was in college. I was in Musicians Institute 3 years ago, and met him, Luke, through internet called BandMix, but the rest of the whole members are all from Musicians. So that's basically how we all met each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Kyle was also doing classes, as well as Marcus, our former vocalist, and they were doing their thing. And I used to be a stuntman, so I was taking a break from that, and I was like, I should, pursue my music, because those are my two main things: music or acting and things like that. So I set up my band mix and I hit these guys up, and it worked out.
We might have to get into that stuntman stuff too a little bit.
Sorry?
That sounds like a cool. So we might have to get into that stuntman stuff too a little bit, because that sounds like a cool career choice.
Oh yeah, it was fun. The reason I stopped was because I got hurt, so I was in the process of healing, and since I was kind of just having to take it easy, I was like, well, I can play drums, so that's why I set up my profile. I was like, let's see what I can do, and then I found these guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
I noticed you guys had a lot of music videos compared to most indie bands that we have on the show and hang out with. I noticed you guys had quite a few actual music videos, which is cool.
Thank you. Glad that you liked it.
You guys are ahead of the game there.
Trying to.
You got a videographer friend or something like that comes by, or you guys hire somebody?
So far we have two guys. One, his name is Cody Blue. He did Derek Bless of Fall and some other big artists, especially in the LA area. He's pretty famous. I have another guy, is Frankie Kerrigan. His production company is like startup, but he's based in Ukraine. Is it Ukrainian or Russian?
I think it's Russian, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just.
But they're really good.
But yeah, it's really good. His team, they can do it like budget music video. I would say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the video quality is actually really good. I was watching a couple of your videos, and I was like, oh, these guys got a lot of music videos.
Thank you.
Videos.
You guys, you do singles? Just come out with singles and do videos, or you just do a couple songs per album?
We actually just put out a remix today. It's like a.
I saw that. Yeah.
Our next release through Curtain Call Records, but that one is just a remix of our last single.
You're talking about the music videos though, like which ones we choose and how we choose them?
Yeah.
I guess because what we did, I guess the reason we did Future was because that was like our first song ever done, and I guess we just choose whichever ones we feel like are the best songs, the most popular, I guess. But
I feel like it's more like at the moment thing, like whatever feels right at that moment, let's just do that. That's basically all of our music videos.
Yeah, well, they are pretty sweet. Randy, did you get a look at any of their videos today?
Yeah, we watched a few of them earlier
Yeah,
today.
nice. Yeah. I was reading a little bit of your bio, and you were saying some of your influences, or some people you like. You mentioned like Linkin Park and stuff in there. I had your bio up a second ago. So is that like an influence towards you guys, Linkin Park, or just trying to pronounce or trying to tell people kind of what you're like?
I mean, influence definitely, because we're a rock band after 2010. Every 2010 bands that have a slightly little bit influence from that Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit type
Slipknot,
of yeah. And all we want to do is kind of like what Bring Me the Horizon is basically doing right now, is trying to be the heavy Linkin Park. And I think that's like the good balance in pop and metal music. Like it's more friendly to audience.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna. Do you guys actually post the videos on Facebook and stuff too? Because I've noticed that I've seen some bands when they get a song to take off on Facebook, and millions of views on some of that stuff. I mean, YouTube's the same way, but I don't know why. I guess I scroll through Facebook more often, but I'll see bands pop up, here and there, and tons of views. So I was wondering if you guys actually cross promote and post them on Facebook as well.
Yeah, we post them everywhere, as many places as we can.
I've noticed, we've talked about this a few times, but I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have heard of TikTok, but I have noticed a lot of bands doing clips and stuff on TikTok, and we actually do clips of the show on there sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen that work here and there.
Like music video clips?
Yeah, music video clips. I know a couple of bands, around here I grew up with and stuff do that, and some of them hit on there.
Nice.
I think cool. You can only do a minute and a half, so you'd have to cut them down. But yeah, it kind of gives people an idea of what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok's it's a pretty big platform now.
It is, yes, definitely.
I was never gonna do it, but then for some reason I created an account and I started posting clips here and there of the show and random things like that. We haven't done too bad. We're not famous on there or anything, but it's worked okay.
Nice. Awesome.
I mean, I feel like TikTok gets more views than, to be honest. I literally just posted one video the other day. It's have no information at all, have no juice in the post, but it still get over 300 views in the first hour, and that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
never got
to. Bad idea to mix things up and try different places and things.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I tagged you guys on Twitter also, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't even think they use their Twitter account.
I think we had one, or we didn't. But whatever the deal was, we just started getting back onto Twitter because we were like, we should start, using it. But we stuck to just Facebook and Instagram for the longest time. So our Twitter is definitely a new thing.
I'm just the type of guy that tries everything. So we're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. I'm everywhere. YouTube.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because it's just a lot to take care of. But at the same time, I like being everywhere.
Yeah.
New places for people to find you, which is what you're doing now, really, because we've worked with Curtain Call for probably 2 years now, where they send us just random songs here and there and information on the band, and we've always played music at the end of the show, or song of the week, and so we worked with them for a while, and we've just now started trying to get some more guests and diversify, because I'll have friends on or comedians or other podcasters let's start getting some bands and stuff. And Curtain Call is yeah, hit us up. Well, we'll put you with some people. I was like, oh, sweet.
Nice.
That's what happened today.
Nice.
But yeah, Angela over there is awesome. And I think Jordan Snow, I believe, just started taking over for some of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he just sent us one of your singles. I believe it was Haunted, I believe you just sent us.
The
So we
Haunted?
were probably
Okay.
going to play your song at the show anyways today.
Nice. Cool.
But now we get to meet the artist, which is cool. Yeah.
Yep.
So do you guys do local shows and stuff? How are you dealing with all this stuff going on?
Right now we're just putting out well, Scott just put out a remix. We put out a couple playthrough videos. We're gonna put another one out somewhat soon, coming up. But yeah, pretty much I guess just online things. We're not really playing live shows, obviously.
Yeah.
Our vocalist is in Colorado right now, and
Right. Huh.
yeah, 3 other members are still in LA though. But
Yeah, you
just-
guys could do. Well, people are gone. You could do some of this Zoom stuff. Go live on your Facebook page and stuff like that. I don't know if you could play music. It'd probably be hard to sync up, but keep your fans engaged. Be like, hey, we're all here. Hang out with.
yeah, we could
I've seen some people
definitely
Yeah, we
do
could do
stuff
that.
or
But the only
They
thing
do,
about Facebook is just after recording it on a camera, and it usually sounds like shit. So I don't really trust live performance, like live streaming, live performance. It isn't gonna be that good.
yeah, I've noticed people doing that kind of stuff too, though. But yeah, I mean, just having a conversation, that wouldn't be so bad. It'd be kind of like a mini podcast until you guys get to start hitting the road again.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
yeah,
know.
that's
I'm an idea man.
no, that's good. I've definitely thought we should do some more things than we're doing, but I don't know. Our guitarist, well, not Scott, the other one, Jesse's kind of MIA. We don't know where he went. He pops into the group chat once in a while, and he's like, says some random thing, and then pieces out again. So like currently, it's pretty much just Scott and I, but yeah.
Nice. Well, hopefully, when you guys start touring and stuff, everybody shows up. You guys do a lot of touring, or are you mostly local shows?
Or mostly
Like,
what?
we were on tour before all this quarantine stuff. So ever
Yeah.
since our last show in LA and everything else is starting fading away. But I'm pretty sure we'll pick up the pace again once everything is over.
Yeah, I think it'll come back. I was talking to some people yesterday. I listened to Kill Tony. If you don't know who that is, it's a podcast. It's a live show, comedy show. And they've been, doing the quarantine thing, same as everybody else. But they have a show coming up in September close to me. So I'm buying tickets today. So hopefully things go back to normal and I can actually start going to some shows and stuff myself. But everything's open here. Boomer Bob says he's a gearhead. He wants to know about your rigs.
Go ahead, Scott.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What was it?
He said he's a gearhead. He wants to know about your rig. I was gonna pull up his comment. There you go. Yep.
So what I'm doing over here is let's see.
I was gonna
This is
show
the
you.
gear that I'm using live. The ESP E Horizon 7 string. That's for my drop rate tunings. And this baby over here is my live gear. If I don't have the live amp set up, I have this camper profiler over here as a rig. And I use this for recording as well. This is a basic studio setup. I fuck with more plugins than a live set. And here's the pedal for it. But what's better is this thing over here. It's a drop pedal. The whammy, I can literally just use one guitar player all kinds of tunings, and that's awesome. So
Yeah.
that's all I have.
Nice.
Yeah, we're actually pretty simple. And then we run all our backing tracks just off a laptop, obviously. Then I play an artist drum set, DW pedals, and mainly Sabian cymbals. Yeah, but
I have a pretty sad drum story if you want to hear it.
let's hear it.
I used to play the drums back in the day when I was like 15 and 16, and I joined this band in this guy's garage. I think our lead singer was 50 or 60. Like, it was just a makeshift, very odd band. Bass player was in his 40s. I was 16, and I just left my drums in his garage, because we'd go and practice all the time. And one day I went to his house to grab them, and he had moved.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
So I haven't touched the drum set since, but yeah, I lost my drum set. I don't know where they went, what happened to him. If he's
that's
even
sad.
still alive.
What kind of drums were
Just
they?
disappeared one day. I had a Pearl set, I believe.
Oh, that must have hurt.
It's a pretty nice little drum set. Yeah. I mean,
Too
I could like keep a rhythm, but I wasn't great.
bad.
I mean, I might have been had I kept playing them. Who knows? Who knows what
Very
it
true.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for drummers, I guess. I when I'm listening to music, man, I can feel that drum.
Yeah.
It's like what I look for, I think, mostly.
Nice. Nice.
You guys have any sad equipment stories?
I don't think so.
Stuff that broke, maybe?
The most isn't break. It just fell apart. But we were doing a battle of the bands, and I don't know what happened to my cymbal stand, but like the cymbal was still screwed in and attached to the stand, but it just like the rod fell out. Middle of the set, crashed on the floor. Kyle looks back like, "What the hell just happened?" And yeah, that's it. It was weird because it just like it didn't like first like stumble and and then fall off. It just like hit the ground. I was like, "Holy crap!" And I also think we're in the middle of a breakdown, but
Oh yeah, remember that one? Like your kind of cymbal is like the one that always falls down.
what? Oh yeah, well
China
actually,
cymbal.
yes, I've actually had a few more of those because we play like wherever the drums are supposed to be, it's usually very narrow, and it's hard to fit all your stuff around. And sometimes as you're playing, your china like moves in inches, slowly away, and then it like falls off the stage.
Right.
And that's happened a couple times. But every time it's been recovered well, so it's worked out. But yeah,
How
we
far
never got.
in that battle of
Yeah.
bands?
We actually we got second place because we dealt with a
Oh,
bunch of
nice.
crap.
You-
We had sound problems. It wasn't a good venue, and pretty much the judges were like, "Well, you guys handled every situation pretty well," because we kept trying to keep the audience entertained. But yeah, so it didn't end terribly.
You're the kind of drummer that throws the sticks into the crowd after?
It depends on the show. If it's going good, then maybe. If not, then no.
Those are expensive. They're not that expensive,
he's
but they're
been-
expensive not want to lose.
Yeah, I don't prefer to throw $10 into the crowd unless I have to. But
Yeah. You guys ever crowd surf? Any crowd surfers?
Nope, I haven't. I'm in the back. Well,
I don't know when you do throw the sticks, do you aim like oh, tie-dye shirt? I bet I could hit him in the head.
no, I don't do that. No.
No, it's
I understand for legal reasons,
me.
Jeff, so you don't.
Sorry.
Yeah, Scott, you're coming in and out a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure what the issue is. We can see you fine, but when you speak, he's not. Now he's all confused.
Oh, yeah?
He's gonna mess with it, ruin the flow.
Do you have earbuds?
No, I had a
I said I should put on my earbud. I'll do that.
that might be part of it. I'm not sure. So this is kind of, it's more of a hangout pod, so we move around a little bit, and I kind of wanted to get into Randy because I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. What have you been up to?
mostly work.
Yeah.
Sleeping a lot. Basically just avoiding everything because we are in like page 6 of the book of Revelation right now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I didn't think about getting into that at all, trying to avoid it this episode, but it's kind of hard to avoid all this stuff.
We can gladly continue to do so because
Yeah.
that's exactly what I've been doing is avoiding the hell out of it.
Well, where they're at in LA, I'm sure it got a little bit worse than what we've seen, but on both subjects, COVID and the other stuff.
was fun. I did put a TikTok up today.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle-aged butthead.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that one.
Yeah. I just got bored sitting on the porch.
Yeah.
Said fuck it.
I've been going camping the last couple of weeks on and off. So 1 week Randy missed, the next week I missed. So we haven't been in the same room together in 2 weeks. And
Pretty much.
yeah, it's fun. I miss doing the show. I was like, we got to get back on that show. I
And
think coming up on 3 years now doing this show.
well, you have. I've only
Yeah.
been doing it for like 1. So
Nice.
yeah, no, it's been more of the same. And it's my fucking car is fucking up again because that fucking thing is fucking possessed. I swear. I mean, so the window
To the wall.
and the sweat dripped down my balls. Yeah. So the window in the rear driver's side rolled down, wouldn't roll back up.
Yeah.
We know it's not the motor, so I could go in, I'll break open the panel door and everything, the window relay. Figure maybe something's not connecting. Spray some contact cleaner into the switch, put it back together. Now the back windows roll up and down fine.
Oh.
Now the front windows are stuck. The passenger window is stuck down. And by the way, now the window lock is now the door lock, and the door lock is now the window lock.
Oh, nice. We lost Luke, we lost Scott. Hopefully he comes back. He's messing with something, huh? And probably exited out.
I'm sure I'll be back.
So, yeah, that sucks. You're gonna have to fix that before the winter hits. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I figured we could get him back in here. There we go.
And it's like I don't know
I'm back.
dick, and I don't know dick about car electrical systems. So
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was just trying to keep up with Randy a little bit. 'Cause I haven't talked. Yeah, you guys said you were missing somebody too, huh? MIA.
Yeah, Jesse.
And
ours.
somebody in Colorado also.
Yes,
yeah, the Cinder's in
Kyle.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle's in Colorado. Yeah. Honestly, it's weird. We don't really keep in contact unless we're playing music. I keep in contact with
Yeah.
Scott a little more because we do some writing. But at least me with the other guys, not too much. Kyle sends me a Snapchat once in a while about something stupid, usually. But
I mean, you gotta wait until you go on tour and you gotta deal with each other every day. And until you're hating them, man, you'd rather just chill for this quarantine until you gotta deal with them every day, 24/7 again.
Oh, shout out to Angela who's watching live right now. Current Call Records.
Angelo.
And speaking of bands that they know, Stars is practicing.
Yeah, we've talked about this almost every time we come in here for some reason. So there's a couple of bands. We're in a building downtown. I rent out a space for the show, and so it doesn't matter what time of day, what day we come in here. There's a band who decides to practice as soon as we hit record, and you can just hear them upstairs practicing. It's like they wait until we're recording for some reason. Like, oh, let's start practicing. It seems like a good time. So, we need one of those now recording red lights, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really. As long as the microphones don't pick them up, it's fine. It's just mildly distracting because you can kind of hear them through the headphones.
So, do you guys have a spot that you record, or do you just go switch houses? Like a designated spot?
Usually, we do it at Scott's. Drums are programmed like usual today, and he just plugs in, records. Vocals, however, we have our guy Eric who does it for us, and we drive up. Where do we drive, Scott? I forget where he's at.
30 minutes away from where we are right now. So
yeah, like 30 minutes, and then he's amazing.
We're not that
and,
far away.
Yeah, he gets the vocals done, and yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been to LA quite a few times. What part are you guys in again?
Scott's in, I'm in Hollywood right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been there quite a few times. I was like, I thought Scott was frozen for a second. I was like, no, here we go again.
No, I'm actually checking out my Facebook right now. I'm just watching this live stream of us speaking right here, right now. It's kind of trippy. There's a little bit latency going on right here.
You got distracted by yourself. But yeah, I've been to LA. We went one time. I got this story about LA. It's kind of fucked up. Just throwing that out there because when I was a teenager, I was kind of a dick to my parents, and like they were going through a divorce and stuff. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anyways, one time I took my credit card. Right, me and my buddy decide to drive to LA. So we go to LA, and we're hanging out for a bit. You know, driving around. My dad finds out I took his credit card and decides to turn it off. So now we got no money. We're in a piece of shit car. I took my brother's car. It didn't have a front bumper on it. It didn't have any AC, and we had to use one of those Bluetooth speakers because it didn't have one of those either. We're just like cruising around, no bumper, windows down, with a Bluetooth speaker, and nowhere to go. So we get this hotel. It's like $50 for the night, right off of Santa Monica here. It's a piece of shit hotel, and we had to get some money sent to us to get home, and so we're driving around looking for a Walmart, and we're going through Monica, right, the rich part, and we're in this piece of shit, and like girls would roll up, you know, like pretty nice looking women, and we'd be like, hey, what's up? They didn't look over at us. We were not their type. But yeah, we were like, we needed to find a Walmart because we were getting a money grab, you know, because we had to get home somehow. And so we stopped by this lady's house, and she's, you know, outside, and we ask her, hey, do you know where a Walmart is? And she goes, what's a Walmart? And we go,
Oh my God.
it's a store. And she goes, store. There's a Chanel up the street. And I was like, that doesn't help. Thank you, though. So apparently she does none of her own shopping. Has never heard of a Walmart. So that's my fucked up story. Stole some money from my dad and got fucked.
I guess
We eventually made it home. You know.
that's good.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Closest I ever came to California is playing Grand Theft Auto. That's it.
I was born in outside of Sacramento. So I kind of grew up half there, half in Wyoming.
So I was born in North Carolina, dude. That's about as far from California as you can get.
But the story continues. Eventually, the police took our car, and we ended up having to take a Greyhound home. So
Oh dear.
You know what's fucked up?
Huh.
You bring up the Bluetooth speaker, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're rolling fancy, huh? Back in my day, you had to have the little Walkman with the CD player, the CD Walkman, and the little speakers that attached to it with a wire, and the damn thing would skip every time you hit a bumper. And you're over here bitching about Bluetooth, you fancy motherfucker.
we did have a Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, I
I
remember.
also didn't have no ketchup. Had to make it in the backyard out of possum tails. We called it blood.
So apparently you're in California and you have a suspended license and fireworks and rum in your trunk, and you are 18 years old. They don't look kindly on that.
I can imagine not. No.
Yeah, they took it. And I know them fuckers went out and got drunk and let off all those fireworks and wrecked my car. Those pieces
Probably.
of shit.
Yeah. Probably paid a dude a quarter to lick a rat's ass, some shit like that.
Anyways, it's been like 15 years, and I owe my brother a new car. One day I will buy him a new one because that one's never coming back.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm trying to bring it.
Fucked up.
I've been in a silly ass mood all damn day, and it's like 30 minutes before the podcast, dead. I feel like I want to take a nap. I'm down. My energy's shit.
You should
I'm trying to bring it back, man.
have an energy drink. You guys have any fun fucked up stories?
Yeah.
You did any tour story,
What
man.
kind?
You gotta have some. I don't know. You gotta have some
Look,
fun touring stories or bar stories.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we can start out with a lighter one. You know, like I'll start out the first one. So there was once that we were driving to Nevada, playing in Las Vegas at House of Blues with Metal Allegiance. So Luke and I decided to go visit a bathroom and buy some gummies and stuff. So me and him, we just both went to a bathroom, sit down, start taking shits. And my ass was just faster than his. So I got my business done, started going back to the van until I got a message from Luke saying that buddy guy need to come back and save my ass because I'm running out of toilet paper. So I had to go all the way back, skip the line, go into the bathroom, grab the toilet paper, open his door, seeing his whole body, and gave it to him.
I mean, what would you do if you're stuck in a random ass gas station bathroom with no toilet paper and you're already halfway done?
I mean, I have my
Anyways.
sauce.
All right. Well,
I mean, that's brothers in arms, man. That's how you become close as a band. You gotta see each other at least once.
oh,
So Boomer Bob was asking what the best show you ever played. I want to throw a monkey wrench into this and ask, what is the worst show you've ever played?
Yeah.
What was the oh my god? What is the one where you're like halfway through the show, you're like, this is a story. This is a story that we're telling when we get.
This isn't worth it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yucca Valley.
Luke knows my-
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
went. All right, so it was so bad we didn't even get to play the show, but we really wanted to. So we got an offer for a private show, and they're gonna pay and all that stuff, and it's in Yucca Valley. So
I've had
we Ubered there, and it's a long ass Uber, and so we're getting closer and closer to our destination, and all we see is just dirt and more dirt and desert, and we're like, all right, what the hell's going on? There should be like a town coming up or something, and nothing. So then we pull into this little building in the middle of nowhere. It's like a pizza restaurant, and there's like this dug-in pit where you go and sit on the fire. There's this rickety stage with a drum. They built up this little extra stage for the drum to get set up. And the guys there were redneck as hell. They had these whack ass piercings, and they're like, "Yo, you guys showed up." And we're like, "Yeah, what's up?" and we're like they're gods to them, or something like that. I don't know. And they're super stoked. They're like, yo, we're having people come through. It's gonna be a gnarly show. So we're trying to set up, and their sound system is trash. And we're trying to figure it out. We're working hard. And the Uber driver, she pulls up and she's like, yo, I'm gonna wait for you guys here just because I'm nice and I know you ain't getting an Uber in the middle of nowhere. Like, if she would have left, we wouldn't have been able to leave. And the guy's like, yeah, we have a limo that we can drive you guys back in. And we saw the limos. This was like piece of trash thing that I didn't think it would even run. But anyways, Kyle could tell this better, but end of the night, we're there hours trying to set it up. I'm all set up. I just kind of start playing for some entertainment. And we're like, oh, yo, this isn't going to work. We've tried for hours now, and they hooked us up with pizza. And so we're like, okay, we got to go. They had given us money. We're like, we at least need to take some money for the effort because this completely, we spent a lot of money to get there. So they got pissed, and Kyle, we all got in the Uber, and Kyle's like trying to say his last goodbyes. And like, what, you guys? And they're all drunk too. You guys are leaving? What the heck? And he's like, yeah. And they start getting aggressive because they're pissed because they're like, we put money on this, blah, blah, blah. We told people. And he's like, but it's not working. We've been here for hours. So he kind of starts backing up, and the guy starts like chasing him, and he starts running to the car, and we get in the car. He's like, yo, we got to go. We got to go. And the Uber driver peels out, and we get out. And it was all nighttime by then. And yeah, that's the end of the story. But it was something.
It was scary.
Yeah, I bet.
Were you guys like? I'm picturing the Uber drive back because it was a long ass drive. You probably talked about it the whole time, or was it silence?
We
the whole ride
no,
back?
we kept thanking her over and over, and we're like, well, we will give you half of the money that they just gave us. Like, you saved our asses. If it weren't for you, I don't even know. That would have been a rough night figuring something out. Probably walking back to Hollywood. I don't know.
It sounds like you guys need to go back there for a music video and use the limo.
Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I'd be down.
Sounds like a cool spot for a video.
I'll be right back. Grab it.
Oh, he's grabbing a beer.
By the way, I'm one beer and one bottle of water down. So if anybody's counting down the time before I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so some of our fans / trolls wait for Randy to go to the bathroom every episode. They know him well. Now I've lost where I was going to go. What's the best show? Now he said he was going to flip the script, but I do want to hear what like your best show was. Maybe if it was crowd wise, or who you got to play with, or just like the good crowd in general.
Probably House of Blues.
I mean, I think our last show with Escape the Fate was a good turnout too. There's a couple of those.
Yeah, that was turnout wise. We played a show with Escape the Fate at the Whiskey A Go Go, and that was just a super fun show, packed out. Go ahead.
I would say the funnest show is the two shows that we play at Jared's party with Sap Sour. Those two were like the funnest.
Yeah, we got invited down to Arizona to play a show with a buddy band of ours, and that was a cool turnout because they just had a bunch of property, and they set up a stage and a whole sound system, and just a bunch of people came through, beers all over the place, having a good time, eating, drinking, playing music. So that was fun. Got a mosh pit going too.
Like a festival-esque
I
feel.
know I missed part of that, but it sounded like you said something good happened in Arizona, and that can't be right.
And
I mean,
it was.
We always have the good experience out there. I haven't got any shit yet.
Yeah, it was fun.
I just wanted to see if Mark was still listening. We would have heard from him by now if he was.
Oh yeah, probably. So I run a podcast network as well called Drama City Productions, where we have multiple podcasts. We got 6 or 7 shows that are all part, under an umbrella.
Okay.
And Mark is from the 2.5 Amigos or Amigos PC, and he's from Arizona. So
Mm.
that's why he was saying nothing good happens in Arizona. There's a little shout out to our crew.
Just had to take the shot. Couldn't resist. I'm trying to not sniff into the microphone because that little storm we just had kicked up everything. My sinuses are killing me, and I'm just the life of the fucking party today.
Did your power
Bitching
go
about
out?
being tired, bitching about my sinuses.
Did your power go out?
It blinked.
Yeah, we had a little power trip.
Yeah,
too.
it blunk. It's past tense of blink.
Is it?
It
Okay.
blanked.
It blanked.
It blunkified.
It blinked.
We had an
I don't
earthquake the
fault
other
you.
day.
Yeah, well, you live in California. What else is new? How big was that one?
A little dismissive, isn't it? It's like Yellowstone went off. Well, you live in Wyoming. Expect.
Yeah. That's what I keep telling everybody. Have you seen all that stuff on Facebook about Yellowstone and all the
Yeah.
earthquakes? I've been seeing it like
I
crazy.
got a little public service announcement.
If Yellowstone goes off, we're all fucked. So what's the matter?
Yeah, I was gonna say public service announcement. If that thing goes off, run towards the blast.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. The second thing is, can we knock this shit off? Can we please knock this shit off? Have you ever heard of a term that I like to call tempting fate? Have you ever heard of that? All right. At this point, have you seen all the shit that's going down in 2020? Okay. At this point, the universe just might think you're placing a fuck order. Knock it off.
Talked about it.
Basically.
Yeah, there was a bunch of earthquakes going on, but Yellowstone, they say it gets between 700 and 3,000 earthquakes a year,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming are caused by the volcano itself, anyways. So I don't think we
Yeah.
have to worry too much about it. They said it's not going to go off for like another 1,000 years.
I just know that I've been in like 4 or 5 earthquakes in my life, and I never felt a single one.
Hmm.
And I feel like there's like some fat jokes in there, and I just can't find them. Just not coming up with. I slept through one.
Yeah.
The one was back in South Carolina, near the North Carolina border. I was asleep. The tree fell in the backyard, like within inches of the damn back porch. Nothing. I slept through it.
If a tree falls in the backyard, nobody's around to hear it.
Does an undiagnosed narcoleptic sleep through it? Yes.
So how bad was this earthquake that you guys had? Did it wreck some buildings, or was it not too bad?
I don't know what earthquake he's talking about. Scott.
Uh,
I probably slept through it too.
I mean, it was pretty late at night. It was 12 o'clock. I was mixing in front of my computer. It just starts seeing everything start shaking in the room. And instead of hiding under a desk, I was just putting a pen just on the table and just seeing it shaking around and laughing at it.
Yeah. So
Did you
Scott,
use it for beats?
Yeah.
yeah, so Scott
We-
is nocturnal and I'm diurnal.
Mhm.
So there's like this little window of time that we communicate. And that's when he's just waking up, and that's when I'm like gearing towards winding down. But that's why he's always up late.
Kind of like when the moon's
Not
out
because
early.
I'm drinking.
and the sun's
I
still
don't
up.
have any drinking problem.
What?
I work graveyard shift, so I feel you there, man. I go to work at 5 p.m. and I don't get off work till 5 a.m. So I'm also nocturnal. I have to be. I don't have a choice. I have to be.
I work second shift, so just enough time in the day to try and be productive. Then I go to work. Then I have just the time at night to, wind down a couple hours. Then it's 1 o'clock in the morning in bed, and then by then I'm just out. I'm dead.
Speaking of 1 o'clock in the morning, like a week and a half ago, I was doing somebody else's podcast. I drive a truck, so sometimes I got quite a bit of time to drive, and I got this nice Bluetooth headset, so I'm talking to people all the time. And so I was like, do you want to do a pod to my buddy Kelsey Hudgens and at the Kelsey Hudgens show? Shout out Kelsey Hudgens show. And so I did a podcast from the road on his show live on YouTube, and we were trying to get Randy on it, but it was like 1 a.m, so he was probably passed out.
Either just gone to bed or about to.
Like, Randy, come on, we're doing a pod right now. It's 1 a.m.
So I woke up. So I woke up a few hours later. You know the way you just wake up in the middle of the night. And I woke up and I have this notification that you guys were live. It's like 3 hours old or something.
So sometimes I like to do impromptu 1 a.m. podcast from the highways.
And I don't know. I'm pretty sure he deliberately left me out because he's from Bennettsville, and
Well, could be.
by definition, a bastard.
So, have you guys done many podcasts before, or is something new to you?
We've done a few.
We've done a few, but this is the second time we're actually doing this kind of on-screen interview.
Okay, yeah. We use interview loosely around here. Because, I don't know, man. Growing up, or not growing up, but the last couple of years listening to podcast interview shows, and it's like they always ask the same questions over and over again. I didn't really want to be that. So I was like, I'd rather just people come in and hang out, share stories, and get to know like actual people. I don't want to ask, what's your favorite meal? Like stuff like that. It's kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know what the other guys interviewing you asked or whatever, but we try to ask more obscure questions.
This is actually the first time that we ever got asked this question. And to be honest, we're pretty new to this as well, like we're not saying that back in my day and shit, because it's just not right for us today. And we try. Actually, I'm just pissing my pants right now. I'm like so depressed, why this is my first time being like this.
Yeah, just
for that. Yeah.
Well, if you do piss your pants, you are going to have to clean yourself up, and for that, we recommend Ballsy. Clean the piss right off your balls with our sponsor, Ballsy. Use promo code STMPod at ballwash.com for 15% savings.
True that. Go to ballwash.com.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I was looking for a way to shoehorn it in there.
Yeah, we are sponsored, I guess, by a couple of things. Spunk Lube. We can send these out. We got so much Spunk Lube that I'd like to give them to guests. But so if you guys wanted to send your address, I could send you a couple packages of Spunk Lube. If that's what you're interested in.
I'm telling you, we just squirt all the Spunk Lube on the floor, like in that little hallway going down the side of the building, and
like
then
a slip and slide,
and then just slide down. I'll just slide down it bare ass naked, making walrus noises. I don't care.
And if you wanted to do a Spunk Lube slip and slide down a hallway yourself, you can go to spunklube.com, use promo code STMPod at checkout to save yourself 10%. All right. We paid the bills, I guess.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to remember what a walrus sounds like.
Oh man, I was gonna do it, but it would make me sound so dumb. All right, here it comes. I think something like that.
So probably just
somewhere around there.
So I'd just be sliding through the hallway, bare ass naked, going. Arr.
Perfect.
That's your TikTok there. That's what you got, right? That's gonna get some views before it gets pulled down. I'll tell you that much.
And for the audio listeners, there is your image for the rest of the night. Anyways, band questions.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, awkward silences. Band questions. What do you guys want to do? What do you want to get out there? What do you want to tell the people? What's your plans for the future? What you got going on?
I mean, at this moment, it's like kind of hard to tell what's gonna happen because we'll never know. It's kind of hard for us to tell when exactly this thing's gonna be over with the live show situation, but we really hope this thing could get over as soon as they can. But we promise we'll keep making good music, digitally to connect with you guys until we all meet again. And we love
Yeah.
all of our fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still here, and yeah, gonna continue making music. And once this is over, we'll be back out there going hard. So, and yeah, we'll probably, Scott, we should definitely start doing some other things so fans can hang out with us.
You know
Virtually.
what? Some people do. I don't know if you guys. Do you guys know who We Are the Empty are? You ever heard of them? They're on the Curtain Records as well, I believe. But they started their own Discord. So they got. So I don't know if you guys know what Discord is, but it's like a little hangout. So you can set it up for just your band. So I've got one for the podcast. They got one for their band, and you can kind of get in there and do voice chats, and people can like share stuff, and it's kind of like a little hangout group for people that want to come together for one thing. It's like a Facebook group, but Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard about that.
I've noticed some bands doing that. Yeah.
Is it
That's been happening recently and stuff, comedians, things like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I get on there all the time, and I'll sit in voice chat and just hang out with people all night. Like I don't have anything else to do. I drive all night, so
yeah.
So a lot of times I'll get in there and just chat with people. But
Cool.
yeah, I heard things were going to start opening up in June. I think people are hopeful, I guess. I know that Vegas just opened back up, so who knows? I know people are keeping a lot of their June dates and their July dates. So I think people are hopeful that they're going to start being able to do some shows again.
Yeah.
I know comedians in like New York and stuff, they are like leaving New York to go do shows elsewhere because everything's locked down there. I'm sure LA is still the same way. Because my mom was in up by Redding area, Lincoln. You know, it's Northern California, but she says everything's still locked down. Like they haven't even tried.
Oh.
So there's an option. You could just leave, go to some smaller areas or places that weren't as locked down and try to put on some shows there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of the
some other states. Also, the riots that's going on in downtown LA.
Yeah.
They put curfews over here, and for the first few days it was like 6 o'clock you had to be in, and they actually like arrested people that were out.
Sick.
But yeah, today there's no curfew, luckily. But yeah.
And this is probably something I couldn't advertise were it not for a couple of beers, but 6 damn years working as a journalist. And this shit happens right after I leave the game.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching journalists get shot by rubber bullets, and part of me is like, hey, I'm glad that's not me, but fuck, man, that could have been me. But if I get shot with rubber bullets, I'm wearing a Superman shirt because for some reason that's hilarious to me. So on a side note, we've had like 5 or 6 Jokers, and we have not seen one Joker. Nobody from freaking Cesar Romero to what's the guy's name? Joaquin Phoenix. None of them ever threw a baseball at Batman. His name's the Joker. He comes up with Joe. Do I have to do everything around here?
I get what you're saying, Batman.
Yeah. Not one has ever threw a baseball at Batman.
I see what you're saying.
He's supposed to be the Joker. Come on.
Slacking.
We didn't really talk about how long we were going to go. We usually go an hour and a half. We're about 54 minutes in. But if you guys got to take off at any time, that's okay too. We should have announced that before we got started. I didn't even think about that. 'Cause I don't know which one of you guys run the page there, but one of you. Yeah.
My dinner's ready, and it's waiting for me.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if you guys have any other questions that you. Yeah, I mean, unless you guys have other questions, but or
no, I think
anything
we're good.
specific.
Man. Far be it from us to keep anybody from dinner, man. You go ahead, knock it out.
Yeah, we will. We'll give you a second to plug yourself. But we will be. I'll I'll add one of their music videos for the show in the show notes on YouTube, and I will we'll be playing one of their tunes at the end of the show. And that would be for, I believe, I can't remember which one he sent me. I'm pretty sure it's Haunted. Is that your latest single?
There's
That's
the remix of it.
Yeah, there's the remix that
Right.
just came out. But yeah, I think somebody sent me your single Haunted, so that's probably the one we're gonna play at the end of the show. If you guys are okay with that, unless you have something else in mind, I'll play whatever you want. Because we want our listeners to be able to hear you guys' tunes and check you guys out.
yeah. Haunted
Yeah,
is
let's do
a
it.
great one.
Haunted. Yeah, it's a good one.
But you guys can go ahead and plug your stuff. Where can people find you and listen to your stuff?
Well, we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Hollywood Nightmare Official. That's on both, right? Hollywood Nightmare Official on both Instagram and Facebook, right? Yeah. And then we are on Spotify. We are on Apple Music, and of course on YouTube. You guys can check us out. We're going to be dropping a new single called Ash pretty soon, very soon.
Nice.
And we also got some playthroughs coming out. But yeah, check those things
Playthroughs and
out.
Covers, and it'll be way more interesting than 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And
it'll be-
I heard the music video for Ash is to be out in the middle of nowhere at a bar with the limo, right?
Yes, and a bunch of crazy rednecks. Yeah.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. But anyways,
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out one more time to their YouTube. They've got some actually really cool music videos, a whole bunch of them. So I just getting on there and checking them out. They're pretty sweet.
Well, if you need a translator, man, crazy rednecks, those are my people. So,
Yeah, true.
uh,
Know quite a bit of those guys.
awesome.
But yeah, I guess Randy, do you want to finish this out, or do you want to just end it an hour in? You want to go another half hour?
6-1 to me, man. I guess. I mean, I feel like I just showed up to the party because I was all drowsy and out of it through the first half of the show, and I feel like I just showed up to the party, so I could go another hour or another half hour.
All right. Well, Scott, you're welcome to stay if you want. Luke, you can go ahead and take off, man. Thanks for coming on the show. It was great.
All right. Thank you for having me. Have a great night.
You too, man. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Fucking Mark went live. He knows it when we record,
Yeah, I know.
and Mark just went live.
Yeah, you're welcome to hang out, but if you gotta go, man, feel free.
Yeah, man. I'm done. Stick around and have
All
a
right,
good
sweet.
shot.
There you go. Oh yeah, you were showing me that Jägermeister when you first got on here.
Oh yeah, I've been sipping on this.
You guys party pretty crazy when you're out on a tour, or you take it easy?
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, there was a week last year that we literally playing every show. It's like 2 days in a row, so it was like for 10 days, and we've literally been partying days after days after days until it becomes some kind of stress to us, you know.
You guys you like to hang out with the fans and stuff, or do you just you party with the bands?
We like to connect with the fans, but sometimes it's better to we have our own
Yeah.
chill spot. Like being the VIP is always good, you know.
Yeah. What's the furthest east you've gone? You guys ever played in like Salt Lake or anything?
No, we haven't.
Arizona's the furthest you've gone. Came this way.
Yeah. If the house party at Colorado counts, that I mean, it's not even like a gig; it's just jamming.
I'd say it
We're just
counts.
jamming in
Yeah.
Colorado, but
Some of the best concerts in the history of music have taken place in people's basements, man.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. Well, there was man, I can't remember the band, but some guy recorded an entire album from his bathroom,
oh really?
and that's like it's a pretty iconic album. I wish I could remember
Holy
which
shit.
album that was. Yeah, it's one of the old school guys, you know.
How can you make an
I mean,
album
it
in your
works.
bathroom and not call it "I hope this doesn't sound like shit"?
Yeah, I guess so.
The press
I used to-
shit.
I used to rap back in the day. Don't ask. But I turned my shed outside in the backyard into like this studio. Like I built this little shed. It's pretty sweet.
Well, see, I used to play drums too, and actually wanted to start I actually wanted to start a punk band and call it Crack Baby's Revenge.
Nice.
But the idea never really took off. Not a popular idea in the Bible Belt. So.
Well, back when I played drums, I had a buddy that played the guitar, and I had a buddy that had a trumpet, and we thought about starting a ska band. Once upon a time, would have been cool. I love ska music, man. I don't know why. Stuck in the '90s, I guess. But yeah, you got it. Do you ever listen to ska, or is that not on your radar?
I've been to a couple of concerts on accident, on accident.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, it's cool, but it's not something I'll listen to on a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about Warped Tour, and we talked about this with the last band that was on. No, it was Jason. We talked about Warped Tour. The cool thing about that is you get to hear all kinds of different types of music, and I mean, just like from one end to the other, there's just bands playing everywhere, and you get quite the diversity in styles, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I only been to Warped Tour for twice, 2017 and 18, and that was like the best two. Like the concert, the house band is just so fucking amazing. It got the old school pop punk bands like Simple Plan, but also
Yes.
having the normal like modern metal band like Black Veil Brides, like stuff like that. And it was just straight up 3 days of fun. I absolutely enjoyed that.
Yeah, I love
But-
Warped Tour. They're not doing it internet.
Yeah, no.
They're not doing it anymore. Well, they're doing still major cities. LA might still get Warped Tour. I mean, I think they're still doing the major cities.
Yeah, they did it last time in 2019 in, I think, 3 cities in California.
Did you guys tell them you'd play? You got to hit them up. Be like, yo, bands, hook it up.
Yeah. I mean, might just work at this time, you know?
Hey, yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you got to put yourself out there, man. That's what I would say.
Just,
Yeah, exactly.
just as you guys are mentioning Warped Tour, and I'm just going on this internal monologue of just proving just how fucking old I am, man, at this point. Because it's like I remember seeing Blink 182 when no one knew who Blink 182 was. They were opening for Green Day.
Mm.
It's the same thing with it was 30 Seconds to Mars, and there was another one that ended up you'd see them and they were everywhere afterwards. But it was at a concert. It was at a festival called the Weenie Roast up in Charlotte.
Ow. Just hit myself.
It was like that festival went off, and then like the rest of the freaking summer, it was that damn The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars for the rest of the fucking summer.
Huh. Yeah, I've seen some pretty dope looking festivals up there in LA. Like to the point where it's like I wonder how much a plane ticket would be to go. They got all those awesome pop punk bands like you were saying, and some ska bands mixed in. There's like a festival on the beach up there, isn't there? I can't remember what it's
Yeah, I
called.
think so. What was it called again?
But they had like Simple Plan's been there. Some 41 played. All kinds of great stuff.
Yeah, I miss that scene.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the festival, but yeah, it's out on the beach, and there's just a whole bunch of bands that go up there. Sounds cool, but I don't think they're gonna do it this year. But they did it last year.
Probably not.
Probably not this year. I don't think anything's gonna happen until early of this fall or something.
Yeah, and that's when it's supposed to pick back up. So who knows?
Probably the best time to buy stock, you know.
Yeah, I have. Oh, speaking of stock, I bought this stock called GCI. a couple of weeks ago, and I sat on it, and it was worth, when I bought it, it was 89 cents a share. I bought 9 of them. It jumped up to almost $3 a share right now. So I'm already like up 225% on what I paid for it. I mean, it's not a lot, but I'm feeling pretty good about it today. I was like, oh shit, my stock's on fire right now.
Well, that reminds me though, is this thing that we're hearing, and I know we weren't going to talk about everything that's going on right now, but is this thing with the brick pallets, is that for real? The people are actually leaving, people are actually finding these pallets full of bricks just beside the road that left by some mysterious entity. Nobody knows what's going on with that.
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything.
Because that's what they've been
brick
saying. They've been
pallets.
saying that like in places where the protests are happening, people will find pallet. They'll get up in the morning and they'll find a pallet of bricks out there. I guess the idea being you're supposed to throw it through a window or something.
Maybe everybody's just walking through construction zones.
Maybe. But that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm like, this will be a good time to buy stock in brick and glass.
True. Glass.
The windows
sure.
are breaking. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Just
good idea.
buy stock. I knew a guy in North Carolina who was half owner of a funeral home, and he used the profits from his, or no, wait, he didn't. He owned a porta potty business. Okay.
Yeah.
And he used the profits from that porta potty business, and he went half owner to a funeral home, became a silent partner with the funeral home. So now he's like, I can get you going, or I can get you going. And I'm like, shit, man, because there's two things that people are never going to stop doing:
Dying and shitting.
dying and shit.
And being born's another one.
Yeah.
Baby stuff is always good. Birth, death, and toiletries. Probably your safest bets.
Yeah. And liquor at this point, probably.
Yeah, liquor's pretty good right now.
Liquor.
Actually, do you play the stock market at all, or are you making a joke?
I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, that's no, but yeah, I just noticed my stocks taking off today, which was made me feel good.
Dude, the last stock I owned was in J.C. Penney, so that you can imagine.
JCPenney closed, man.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You can.
What's
It's not as
one
bad.
big list?
What was that?
What are some good ones that still exist right now? Because I always want to get into this.
Oh, well, I've heard of a couple stocks that are doing pretty well. I bought a little bit of oil because it's down right now and it should go back up. Hopefully, you assume it'll go back up eventually. And like Penn Gaming, I heard was good. I invested in GCI, which is I believe I can't remember what company that is, but it went up 220% in the last week. So that one's doing pretty good. I don't know. I'm not the best stock guy. So you know how I found the stock was I woke up one morning and I just put in A, and I looked at all the A companies. And I put in B. I looked at all the B companies. Eventually got to G.
You gotta appreciate the range of this podcast. By
Yeah.
the way, we go from dick and fart jokes to stock tips.
Back to
We got it
music.
all covered, man.
Back to music.
No shit. Yeah, no shit. I can't even afford to get the window on my car fixed. So don't even look at me about buying stuff.
Well, you got to invest in glass, like you said.
And the console wars, because the new consoles will be coming out at the end of the year. So Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, pick your pony.
Yeah. What kind of guy are you? A PC, Xbox, or PlayStation?
I would say PC.
Oh, okay. I
Right.
see.
I like the old school like PC games.
Like Age of Empires. That's one of my go-tos.
Have you ever heard about Cartwright? Like that B&B games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Warcraft, Starcraft, I would say.
I think the first computer game I ever owned was Warcraft 2.
Warcraft 2.
Nice. Yeah, I used to play that online a lot.
I used to play that stuff too. But I switched to MacBook like 6 years ago, and ever since then I just stopped playing video games.
Makes sense. You moved to Mac.
Yeah.
I'm a Microsoft guy and I like Xbox. Randy, I think you've got both, don't you?
Yeah.
Randy's a trader.
I'm not a trader, man.
You're
Traders
bi.
traders have principles. I work for the highest bidder. That's what that is. Last of Us comes out. Okay, well, I guess I can't play it on PlayStation. I'll play it on Xbox. I'll play it on PlayStation. Halo comes out. Oh, well, I can't play it on PlayStation. I guess I'll play it on Xbox.
You're a bi console.
Just yeah, I mean, well, you throw Nintendo. You throw Nintendo. Well, you throw Nintendo in there too. So I guess it would be pan console or something.
I guess you're cool with whatever.
I'll take any console home, man. I'm a console slut. I don't care.
You're a pan gamer. Pan gaming.
I'm not even pan. I'm just a complete slut, dude. even pansexuals have standards. I mean, come on.
I guess.
Oh my god.
It's not like the stereotype. I'm just a straight slut. That's what that is. I'll take any console home. I don't care. I got the old Tiger handheld consoles from way back in the 90s. I don't give a fuck.
Go into yard sales. Ooh, what's this? I'm gonna take you home.
Yeah. Just seductively playing with the joystick on the Atari.
Well, who hasn't done that? I mean, they wouldn't have made it phallus shaped if they didn't want you to do that.
It sticks a little bit, so you have to use a little bit of spunk lube.
Yeah. Is this what you signed up for?
Definitely.
You had to put a note in.
This is what the show normally is.
Yeah.
And I apologize because I don't think you knew what you signed up for.
Like,
Sorry, we were trying to behave and it just did not work.
No.
nah, dude, it's all good. Like, I'm still drinking over here. Like, none of us is sober enough to do this, you know?
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy? You
Well,
said you make those beats yourself because the remix dropped today of Haunted, and you made that beat yourself because it had like a little bit of a dubsteppy backdrop to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recently purchased a couple new plugins and finally found my iLok. If you're into audio, you probably would know that, but if you don't know, it's just like iCloud that gets all the plugins and stuff to work in your computer. And so I was just fucking with them and having so much fun with them. So I was just fucking with the old songs that I have, and that's one of them. And there's gonna be more coming up to our YouTube.
Nice. So you're uploading. So you're taking your songs and you're like adding a beat bed to them and re-uploading them as a remix.
Yes, pretty much. And also doing
Very
the
cool.
visualizers on the internet, signing up some cool stuff. But
Nice. You're making the videos yourself as well.
yeah,
Nice.
it's not even that expensive at all. Like, I can see how people making money out of all this industry now.
Yeah. So you got into like visual effects, things like that.
Yeah, like
Nice.
post-production in general is hella fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it now. I listened to it earlier. Now it's disappeared. I was gonna pull it up, the Nightmare or the Haunted remake. I can't see it. Man, I listened to it earlier. Maybe that I listened to it. Is it on your Facebook? I might have listened to it on your Facebook.
Yeah, I listened to the original. I don't think I
Yeah.
caught the remix.
I think I listened to it on the Facebook page. I was gonna see how long it was because, like I was saying earlier, TikTok you can do like a minute and a half, I think, on there. Yeah, maybe 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I think my
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, I was trying to see if you could upload something like that on there. It'd be kind of cool.
Actually, I've seen our music on TikTok once or twice. Cause
Really,
yeah, just like
if you can get,
you know.
if you could be one of the artists, because this has happened. Some of the people you can become one of the artists that people make videos on. You know, so your sound clip gets like a million people to make a video using your sound clip, and some people have become famous. Like they just made a beat randomly, and then everybody started using that beat for their video, and then now that guy's huge.
Man, lucky
And now his
bastard.
song's being played on the radio. Yeah. I mean, that's
Fucking
crazy to
lucky
me.
Jesus.
Yeah. So if you can become one of those people like, oh, this is awesome to make a video to, you need to become a challenge sound. That'd be perfect.
But not too challenging, you know. Gotta find the right balance to it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or if somebody used one of our clips, that'll never happen. We don't say anything funny.
Okay. You can speak for yourself, buddy.
I was.
I'm fucking hilarious.
I know. Don't take it so hard.
Lost my train of thought here.
Yeah. That was my fault. It always is.
I don't know if it's your fault, but I'm blaming you.
Okay.
I'll blame the hell right out of you. I don't care.
Did you write down any titles? Because
I wrote down. Well, I drew a picture of a penis and I wrote
Okay.
down Walrus Slide.
Ah, there you go. Perfect. Randy, I think you draw a penis every time, don't you?
No,
Oh.
that's a rocket ship.
Oh, okay. my
Who
bad.
said that was a penis?
Nobody did.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody said it.
Our vocalist,
rocket
Kyle,
ship.
he has this signature animal that he designs called Six Dick. It's literally six dicks attaching to each other, and that looks like a dick person.
Dick person.
And I just wrote down 6 dicks.
There you go. Perfect.
Dick.
Does he sign sign autographs that way?
I hope not. I mean, he may sign 1 or 2 CDs with the Six Dicks on, but who knows? Maybe
That
next
should be a
time.
logo.
That should be a logo for a band called Foreskin, you know?
Yeah.
Like that Motley Crue movie. Remember that? When they were trying to think about the name of Motley Crue before that Xmas and Foreskin.
A band called Foreskin would actually be pretty dope. If I'm
I
being
mean,
honest.
we actually call ourselves Hollywood Foreskin sometimes in the bars and stuff. That's
Nice.
I think it would have to be a band called Foreskin. It would have to be like a Tribe Called Quest.
There you go.
A
Yeah.
band called band called Foreskin.
Yeah. A Tribe Called Foreskin.
You'd have to say the same thing. Or the same thing. The whole thing every time.
What's
A
the
band
weirdest
called
band name
Foreskin.
you guys ever heard?
I'm a big fan of Mustard Plug.
Crack Baby's Revenge. I don't. Mammoth Weed Wizard Bastard.
What?
It is it's a stoner doom metal band. It's actually pretty fucking good.
You guys ever heard about Dick Delicious and Tasty Testicles?
No,
That's
but I
moving on.
should have.
They have this song called Diarrhea. It's like one of their biggest hits.
Nice. Are they like a parody type metal band or something?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. It kind of sounds like Guns N' Roses at some parts, but it's just I
Like
can't
a
stop
Psycho Stick. You ever heard of Psycho Stick?
Yeah.
Where they do those silly songs? Like,
Yeah.
I hate doing laundry. Yeah. I was some
Or
Psycho
jerk
Stick, man.
And I grew up with like Guar and Primus and a lot of these really fucking weird bands from the 90s, man.
Yeah. So from the 90s, the two that really didn't, or there's actually 3 that really didn't stick around: boy bands, grunge, and ska. Those kind of died in the 90s, I think. Most of it.
I mean, what happened to grunge?
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't think grunge is still around. I don't think
Grunge-
there's a grunge band anymore.
Grunge
Well,
just kind of ran its course.
yeah.
It's like everybody was trying to do that, you know. Because I remember, you know, in like 96, 97, that shit was just basically dead. I mean, only bands you had left were like, even the bands that were grunge bands like Smashing Pumpkins and Pearl Jam, they were moving in different directions. Because by then, everybody had tried to be like Nirvana at that
Yeah.
point. You know, you had all these one-hit wonder clones,
All these people
uh,
shooting themselves and
super polished,
Yeah.
super polished fucking clean sounding Disney Channel friendly fucking grunge bands that really
Disney
went against the
Channel friendly?
entire fucking idea of grunge.
I don't know about you, but I never
the-
I never heard grunge playing in the background when they were doing the fucking Mickey Mouse ears.
No, I don't think they had Disney Channel at the time either. I don't know. I didn't have cable. But
You guys like
by
Dragon
that
Ball?
time,
Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
I have not. No, I'm not much of an anime guy. I've had a few co-hosts and stuff that were. Austin was way into anime. I think you do some, don't you?
yeah.
Here and there.
Yeah, no. Lately it's been more comedy anime, like
Comedy anime.
Kaname. Yeah.
Kaname.
I'm a comedian.
That's a Canadian.
Yeah, like I think we were the biggest ones at the time, or for a while there were My Hero Academia and Black Clover, and I'm like miles behind on those at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought you were watching one a couple weeks ago. I thought you were watching one together, right?
restarted Cowboy Bebop
Oh, okay.
a couple nights ago, but that's because the Netflix thing is coming out, and I want to compare notes.
Mm.
But that's bad. I never got into Dragon Ball Z, to make a long story long.
Yep. So that's what you like, the Dragon Ball Z stuff, or are you into Cowboy Bebop and all that stuff?
I was just a Dragon Ball Z fan when I had
Oh.
memory, you know? Like, just whole life Dragon Ball fan.
There you go. You should start doing some of your animations in Dragon Ball Z form for your YouTube videos, your remixes.
That'd be pretty funny to look at it, you know? Like, just trying to do some parody stuff with
Yeah.
Dragon Balls bouncing around, you know?
There you go. Perfect. You got to throw some personality in there.
Oh, yeah. Like, Jaeger bombs.
Yeah. Did you have a Red Bull with you, or you're just doing straight Jaeger, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just doing straight Jaeger, but it's gonna fuck me up later, huh?
Yeah. This is gonna be it's gonna be a slow burn on this one. You're gonna get up from the pod and try to go to the bathroom and just fall over.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting here trying to pretend that I don't have to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
because it's going to make too many people happy when I do.
Yeah. You got people waiting, man. Yeah, well, we don't have to go that long. I was just suggesting we usually go an hour and a half. But if Randy's got to pee,
Oh yeah, blame me. Just make me take the fall for the whole fucking thing.
we can
It's
blame
like,
it
yeah,
on the
the show
bladder.
was just getting interesting, and that fat bastard had to go to the bathroom. I don't understand what's going on. Is it's on in the call for my Hunger Force, and I'm not gonna apologize for it.
You kind
Okay.
of you kind of are wearing the fucking like
Yeah, I'm wearing the track suit, but you know what? The track suit is fancy, okay? It's got suit right there in the name. I don't need no SJWs telling me what the difference is between a three-piece suit and a track suit, okay?
you just got you need an Adidas one. You got to get yourself an Adidas tracksuit.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, like I'm some kind of a mobster that's got that Adidas tracksuit money, you know? Yeah, some of us got to get what we can afford, you know, to get from the thrift store when they throw it out in the dumpster out back.
That'd actually be pretty decent. What is that, suede? Be decent find in a dumpster.
This actually is pretty comfortable. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like this is my first day off, and like forever, I'm not putting on people clothes today. This is not what I'm doing.
A track suit is the definition of a leisure suit.
Oh yeah,
It's a leisure suit. I can't say I've ever wore a tracksuit. You ever had a tracksuit? Nope. I knew they existed.
I feel like it's.
I don't think I can ever imagine that, you know. Like, I'll try it, but it's not something that I'll wear every day.
I feel like it's safe for fact to wear tracksuits again now that you know, the mafia is not really a thing anymore. So
True. Actually, I heard a podcast the other day with some people interviewing an ex-mobster. I guess it still is a thing, but I think it's more New York.
I mean, I'm sure it's always going to be a thing, Shaq, but it's not as prevalent. You know, you can wear a tracksuit as a fat guy with you know, dark hair or whatever, and not be oh, he's a mobster. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, you can still pretend.
Not really. I mean, that seems like a good way to get killed by the actual mobsters. So I don't think they'd appreciate that shit.
I wish you could hear the drums going on upstairs.
Still jamming.
Yeah, they're playing music upstairs.
Still jamming.
Anyways, I think we're about there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should call it.
Just wanting the whole thing down.
Yeah, wind it down. Do you have do you have any personal stuff you wanted to share, or is all your social media stuff banned? Do you have like side projects or anything like that you got going on? Want to get into?
I recently started my own YouTube channel as well. It's doing a lot of cover remixes.
Perfect.
So it's under Hollywood Nightmares channel as well. There's a playlist of mine, and
Okay.
all the band members are gonna start doing the same thing as well, just doing their own like remix or cover video. If it's a band stuff, we're putting it on the band channel. But if it's just our personal stuff, it will be promoted through our band as well.
So what kind of covers have you done so far?
So far it's just like a guitar step, like guitar solo stuff, covering some classic music or just piano stuff. And
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna put out Avril Lavigne song on Monday. So that'll be the one with the visual, and I think it turned out pretty good.
So it's not classic rock; it's classical rock.
It's classical metalcore rock, whatever you call it.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that stuff out too. That sounds cool.
For sure.
And be sure to check all their stuff out. Like I said, their YouTube's on fire. I listen to their stuff all day. Was jamming out. And we'll for the audio version only. Sorry, YouTube. I don't want to get banned. We will be playing one of their songs at the end of the show. So if you download this via audio, you'll be able to hear that. Video guys, like I said, I apologize. YouTube sucks, and they would probably ban us for playing their music. So you don't get that. But the YouTube guys, there will be a link in the description to their YouTube channel, and you can go check that out yourself. Give them the views, because more views mean more views. So get on there, share their stuff. Yeah. More views is more views.
Yeah, I'm getting that tattooed somewhere. That's hellaciously profound, man.
Yeah, so get on there, share their stuff. Make sure people give that a listen. We'd love to promote any bands on the show, and we hope to keep having them on and talking to them and playing their stuff, and hopefully more ears and eyes get on them. That's the goal here. So you guys can determine for yourself if you become a fan, and we hope some more people become a fan of some of these bands we talk to. We enjoy talking to them. Next, if you guys ever get this far out east, hit us up, and we'll come see you live.
Absolutely.
I would love to do that as well.
Absolutely, man.
Randy, where can people find you?
Randy Garner Humor on TikTok, Randy Garner Humor on Facebook and Instagram. Restless Native on Twitter, but don't even worry about it because I'm not ever on Twitter. Twitter is shit. That's about it for me.
You can find us everywhere at STM Pod across the board. We have Patreon, TikTok, Facebook groups, Discord, all that fun stuff. We always have links on our social media, so just look us up and you can find links to anything you want to go. DramaCityProductions.com for all things network. Check out all the shows on the network. They're all fantastic. Yeah, you can find me at Never Been Funny with 1 E on Twitter, and I think that is it. Stick around after the show to listen to a song from Hollywood Nightmare. I believe it will be Haunted. And then go and check them out on social media. Follow them. Give them likes. Share their stuff. They do it for you guys, so you can do it for them. And that's it. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun, man.
Until next week.
See you next
Peace,
week.
bitches.
Bye.